in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the, you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A good start. One play, 10 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. The Vikings had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. Robinson. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's third and goal at the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On third and goal, Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal.
Okay, ready? Recon, 132 fighter.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They have 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on fourth and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me that.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Bears 7, Vikings 0.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Tannehill on first down. Locates Mooney on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. A give to Gibson running right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And the Bears first down.
They'll go again with Gibson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14, Vikings, nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there, because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That's a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Well, they still need 6 yards here on third down after the penalty. Tannehill. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Here we go on fourth. Tannehill. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar.
And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
First down, Chicago.
To throw is Tannehill.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, this
was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Let's go. On the floor.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. His throw incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
We know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Hey, go!
Now Lawrence. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. On the counter, this is Robinson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 115 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Lawrence will throw. Cook makes the catch on the out route. So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Lawrence. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. Back to the ground with Robinson. Neville Gallimore on the stop.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line, given 2 on the play. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. The left side throw complete to Adams. Touchdown, Vikings! Davante Adams, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. He's going to let this one go deep. Tannehill intercepted again. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back in the back 7, phenomenal.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job.
Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
2nd and 9.
Here's Tannehill.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Here's Tannehill. It's caught. Smith. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
The kick by Gold is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. Open man is Duvernay. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, 1st down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. On the move to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So he gets caught trying to extend the play, and he ends up watching them score on an interception instead.
And what's the old proverb, Brandon? Discretion is the better part of valor. Certainly applies here. You have to admire what he tried to do, extending the play and trying to make something happen, but he definitely needed discretion. Throw it away, run it, do anything other than throw that pick 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Lawrence to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. And
he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down
for the first time this game, multiple defenders in there to drop it. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Tannehill. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Devontae Wyatt in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Back to throw, Tannehill. Open target here, Darius Slayton. Room here to run. A crazy sequence here. Huge game that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your play.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll run with Gibson. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Chicago.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the driver begin at the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The
offense on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And this is incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Exit.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right at midfield. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Gibson here running out of the gun. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet, not just straight down?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Bears are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 45.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw is on target to Duvernay.
Complete to Devin Duvernay. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bears' 46-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick-6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick-6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Vikings 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Robinson up the middle.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He hits Adams complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Now Lawrence.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Cook. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. On 2nd and goal. Lawrence. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long when they throw the football. They're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Tannehill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A final shot now for Lawrence. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both.